Welcome back to some professional StarCraft 2 from the ESL Pro Tour, the new rivalry in StarCraft 2. I've seen these two play so many times in the last few weeks, really, that it's all starting to blend together in the best possible way, as their matches are explosive, like a flashbang. It leaves an imprint on your mind, not necessarily a good one, maybe a little bit of a headache, but memorable nonetheless. So, let me first introduce Shopify Rebellion, South Korean Terran. It's ByuN. If his Reaper grenades aren't exploding, it's possibly his wrist, but either way, he's going to give you something to remember. On the other side, building his gateway, closer to his main than his opponents, so already a conservative build from him. It is Storm Gaming's MaxPax. Definitely a unique take on almost every matchup. Not a long one either. I'd actually put these two... Well, ByuN and Clem are 2Ps in a particularly angry pod, but the Micro Terrans versus MaxPax... Honestly, MaxPax struggled lately. He plays this very brittle style of Protoss that I think can work against anyone but the best. The reason it doesn't really have as much success against your ByuNs or your Clems, I think, is simply because everything has to go perfect. He's juggling flaming swords and occasionally throwing one at you. And that means, and a lot of Terran players will not be ready for it. But I'm not sure who I favor in this match. Honestly, it kind of depends on the day. Some days you get the ByuN, who seems to understand that ghosts are possibly the best unit in the game by a large margin. They have more abilities than your average MOBA character, and you can make a dozen of them. And then there's the ByuN who's like, today's the day that if I micro my Marines 14% better, I might be able to counter Mass Colossus. And occasionally he does, which is why I think he keeps doing it. He has not changed his strategy since 2013 in any meaningful way, and that's both the beauty and the weakness of it. And here we are. 3 Rex. Now, in 2013, MaxPax was half his age, so not ByuN's age, his current age. MaxPax, I think he's 17 now, but which is very old for a dog. So we'll have to see. Approaching those retirement years. Did I say ears? Well, Dark Shrine, robotics facility. A dev still sharking around. This kind of looks like a Stargate attack with the amount of adepts at the front, but MaxPax, you can't read into his early gateway units almost at all. He has a tendency to mix them up, and honestly, I don't know the method behind the madness. Usually you don't make more than one adept. If you do, it indicates a Stargate play, and ByuN is staying on the high ground mostly, suspecting something of the sort. He's got an NG Bay on the way. We'll see if he slaps down a turret immediately. As the Dark Shrine is finishing up, the Adepts waiting till that last second so the Adept will come up the ramp and maybe get baited. The dance continues. Now, if ByuN builds a turret immediately, he'll be fine. If he doesn't, he'll be less fine, because DTs are going to warp in. Dark Shrine done. Warp Prism here. This is where the fun begins. The Marines and Marauders will chase it down. Are there any scans? There's one scan banked up. Here comes the Prism. He doesn't really have enough Marines to fight the Dark Templar right now, reliably. He will, and MaxPax just picks up and gets out. So that's kind of the whole issue. Meanwhile, back at home, 1 shield battery, 1 pylon in production, DT at the natural. Well, detection finishes. MaxPax loses 1 DT in the main. I'm not sure how much. There's still the DT just chopping through the natural. ByuN only has 4 less workers. MaxPax, this is what I meant by that brittle style. Almost literally a lightsaber here on the DTs. If he plays it perfectly, he's still in a perfectly good spot. But, oh no, he lost the prism. Well, that's not great. It might look, and now a lot of Terrans are going to project, because Terrans are very good at projecting. They would say they're good at micro and pragmatic decision-making. I would say projecting. Agree to disagree. They're going to be like, well, DTs attacked and I didn't have detection, and therefore I'm losing. The thing is, when you go for DTs and only DTs with a prism, now this is going to sound crazy, you've only built DTs in a prism. This is the rest of the army, which could barely drive away ByuN's basic bio-ball. So MaxPax has just now taken a third. He got a Robo Base, getting a Colossus. It's not that ByuN's in a good position. It's just, even though the DTs got in, MaxPax doesn't have a huge lead because he didn't have that economy. He didn't have the gateway infrastructure, aka the unit production. And he didn't have the ridiculous level of tech that can make it difficult to engage the Protoss. So you got to look at where the advantages are. Here's the thing, though. It did delay ByuN. He doesn't have a starport done yet. He's finishing his starport at 7 minutes with extended thermal lance already in production. MaxPax did take a third once it was clear the game would not end with the DTs. So even though ByuN is by no means far behind, he's not going to have much of a margin in order to do damage. Medevacs should be next on the agenda. A third command center is, and on the high ground. Thank you, ByuN. I will die on this hill, or more likely not die because it's on a hill as opposed to on the low ground against someone who has charge lots and DTs. ByuN is one of the worst about that habit. I am convinced about half the time Terran players put their third command center on the low ground, it is a needless and overwhelming risk. Because 2 or 3 charge slots can potentially cancel it, which is not going to happen in the main. ByuN correctly considering that option, builds his command center in the main. Yeah, sometimes you're perfectly safe to do so, sometimes it's worth the risk, but I like the choice to at least build it on the high ground here. Double medevac. What kind of vision? Spotter pylons. Like an actual spotter pylon grid here. MaxPax, semi-supply blocked from that. He's at 122 out of 125. He's got a couple more pylons on the way. A Zealot slipped behind the defenses. +1 is now done for ByuN, but TVP is historically and currently a very low upgrade matchup because players focus so much on their unit composition. Honestly, a lot of the units do damage so quickly, one way or another, that upgrades in this situation don't matter that much. They're important, but they're not as important as having, you know, Ghosts or a couple more medevacs or Colossus or Sentries. That is why you usually see pretty lackluster upgrades even later into the game. Well, there goes the 4th. MaxPax not looking, no cancel. ByuN has 2 medevacs, and he's suspiciously near to the main. This is not an accident. Guardian Shield pop. The Peacock Feathers have been activated. The come at me bro of Protoss. MaxPax's gonna try to zone out. ByuN's still maintaining a high supply. He's got Ghosts on the way, but he is dealing with Colossi. There's DT Blink. Remember, there were DTs. MaxPax doesn't forget. That's a little awkward. There's the scan. Wipes it out. Each scan pretty valuable. A couple hundred minerals there in a mule. Of course, mining faster, not actually adding 200 minerals magically out of nowhere. Well, this army actually is not very strong at all. Has no upgrades. EMP washes across it. A single DT. The Immortal caught and killed. A Dark Templar. He could EMP it. Which is... I love ByuN. The way he uses Ghosts is like no one else. Oh my god! When was the last time you saw someone snipe a DT? course, he did have to scan it, but he uses ghosts just like they're another bio unit, which they are. They're not even that expensive. Like, in comparison to... They're cheaper than even a Liberator, and people are pretty careless with those. He just adds ghosts into his army like another piece of the puzzle. And that makes it actually very hard to deal with, because he's liable to have ghosts on both sides of the map. He's making 3 at a time. He's traded out Marines and, well, Marauders for ghosts here. Ghosts, technically. They do not have... they're not light, nor are they armored units. They just are beefy boys. Don't let that thin armor fool you. They have 100 HP, and they don't take bonus damage from anything. And they don't take no guff. Alright? They deal it out. Plenty of guff to be dealt. But they can't take it. So that means, against some units, they're even more tanky than Marauders. Well, here we go. Things about to get extra spicy as DTs are heading in towards both bases. Just gonna target down. Why is your armory at Edgy Bay down here, ByuN? Just making things interesting. ByuN's bio army on the field, but he's already lost 11 SCVs at home. ByuN unable to find a decisive engagement and has to retreat. Gets caught out on the map. He EMP'd his own orbital to reveal the DTs, but the DTs blinked away. Maybe a little off target there. Another scan. 2-2's on the way for ByuN. 6 more DTs out of MaxPax. He knows what he likes. 4 Colossi on the field. How many Vikings? 2. That's, I mean, I know MaxPax is Danish. So 2 Vikings in his hands. Wait, no, ByuN has the Vikings. So, of all people to know how to deal with them. Anyways, this concave is ridiculous, though. Do not walk up there, MaxPax. This is the worst possible fight you could take. The DT is looking for an opportunity. MaxPax walks in. EMP collapses. ByuN 1. Colossus down. The other 3 actually will stutter step their way past DTs into the 3rd. SCVs slaughtered. A recall. How many Colossi? You managed to get 3 Colossi out and almost nothing else. And like every fight these two seem to take. Devastating on both sides. Oh, the double Ds of destruction are on the field. Disruptors and Dark Templar. EMP. There's a... is there a Viking in there? No Vikings in there. The DTs are coming back in. Things are heating up again. Neither side able to find a critical engagement. ByuN's economy has been cut to pieces here as MaxPax is a 1,500 income above. Well spread. A Widow Mine has been taken out. DT sent across the map again. Even a Liberator providing some zoning as DTs. They can blink, but they can't shoot, which seems like a bit of a technological oversight. Meanwhile, Disruptor shot. ByuN perfect split away. A single Marine taken down. Another Disruptor targeted. ByuN handling it beautifully. Half his army is hitting the Nexus. The Viking knocks out a Colossus. Another Disruptor shot negated. Another one dodged away. 12 probes down. DT's going to work. The zoning Liberator's getting plenty of damage done. ByuN has a lot of medevacs, and obviously he picks up. And he goes to the main. The most clear possible drop. Yes, they're stalkers, but I don't think that's going to stop him. Loses a full medevac, a nearly full medevac. A lot of his army taken down. DT's rallied across the map. But the main base is incredibly vulnerable. The Colossi trying to step in the Reaper Cliff gets slammed down by the Marauders. A couple Disruptor shots, lights up the volley, picks up into the medevacs, dodges away. Blake Stalker's too slow on the chase. The supplies are still nearly even. Back to what was once considered to be the 4th or 5th base. I don't know at this point. The DTs were cleaned up, and somehow at the end of the day, the supplies are nearly even, the worker counts as well as the upgrades. Those medevacs, though, incredibly vulnerable. MaxPax blinks in. 1 medevac! A shift in the currents will take that out, and ByuN lost track of his medevacs for a moment. And MaxPax takes the 20 supply lead. He keeps building an armory engineering bay. He lost +2 armor because he built his engineering bay as part of the wall with his critical. Build a third engie bay. They're not that expensive, ByuN. Oh my god, the armory has to be... Like, you could just not build it there. Have you heard of supply depots? ByuN refuses. He lives life on the edge of losing critical upgrades. The split a little late. The drop managed to come in. There was a ghost in there. EMPs the probes. It kills a few of them. Ghost dies dramatically, as they always do. 5 probes at a time from MaxPax. Mineral patch is starting to mine out. Stop building your armory at your exposed bases. Disruptor shot. Airball. 7 more DTs. Oh my. MaxPax, momentum in his favor. Closing in. That's an orbital. Disruptor shot. Ooh, juicy connection. Another shot. Center mass. Another one. Another one. ByuN eating shots like it's a 3-course meal, and every course is complaining about Protoss. The DTs heading in towards the 4th. The zoning liberator. Another ruptor shot. The body blows rain in. The EMP off the mark. MaxPax all over the place now. ByuN, things have taken a turn. MaxPax now has too many dangerous things on the map. (3-2) starting. I don't know how many times he's attempted those upgrades. Ghosts on either side. I do love how ByuN plays with the ghosts. Alright, he plays correctly, in my opinion, even if dramatically. I don't really see any other Terrans do this. But you do need ghosts on either side if the target's off the mark. There's just not enough bio. The disruptors chunk through. The DTs slice up. The liberators cannot knock down. The EMP is not enough. Or are they? I don't know. 33 SCVs die. ByuN has a higher army supply right now, but that won't last. They both keep they repeatedly try to punch each other in the face as hard as they possibly can. And even though they miss most of the time. Oh, the split kind of leans into it there. Another shot. And that, I think, does it. MaxPax takes game 1 in dramatic fashion. I thought we'd have a nice, quick series here. The thing is, any one of those attacks could have been a game ender. They don't... These two never, They risk it. They go all in. Repeatedly. It's so fun to watch. I can't imagine how stressful it is to play. I'm stressed out just watching. Well. Put your likes and subscribes together for game 2. They just... Wow. Don't try this at home. MaxPax just YOLOing DTs in and hoping he can scramble interrupters. The Colossi aren't cutting it. You know why? Because Colossi are a known quantity. A Colossus does the same amount of damage each hit. I mean, it can hit multiple things, but it is a certain amount. You can prepare for it. The Disruptors and the Blink DTs, on the other hand, have this... Score. Pig, get with the program. You're late to the party. Classic Pig. In case you guys didn't see the score. Meanwhile, ByuN. He puts the barracks, a hidden Rex, a Mecha Rex. Now, this is... The TVP meta I don't think will ever stabilize. Unless for some reason ByuN gets Reapers nerfed again, or MaxPax gets removed from the game. TVP will always have this element of will they, won't they in the early game, where it's unclear whether it's going to be a super cheese, just flirting with one, the probes being annoying, early game units. This Reaper coming in so quick that I think this gives away the fact that the barracks was close, because otherwise the Reaper would not be here and hit such speed. Well, Reaper heading across. The Zealot intentionally dodging it. And this is when things continue to get weird. Stalker zones out the Reaper. Bit of a Scooby-Doo situation here. And then the Reaper takes the high ground, dances with the Stalker. The Stalker goes forward. Reaper goes to the other side. Another Stalker's being built. Expansion on the high... Okay, alright. This game could end in, like, 5 minutes. There is... Oh, there's a Widow Mine. The Widow Mine scrambles in. He's gonna... Is he gonna let... Oh, what? How? Huh? That... What? Slam the door in his face. Scooby-Doo intensifies. And how did the Widow Mine get in, but the Stalker didn't? Oh, ByuN. Extra good at slamming that door shut. The second Widow Mine comes out. A lot of bruised SCVs, but their egos will recover. And so will their HP if somebody would repair them. Meanwhile, alright, second Stalker. How much info? MaxPax is gonna do a Ghetto Blink build. Which is... No, get out of that fucking cleaning bot! I'm sorry, pardon my French. This fucking cleaning bot. Nope, not better. Kill it! ByuN! Cast it into the fire! It delayed your factory for upwards of no seconds. Meanwhile, so it's going to be a Widow Mine drop for ByuN. And then it's going to be a Warp Prism drop for MaxPax because they won't stop punching each other in the face. Actually, this is more like a bit of a knee to vulnerable points for both sides, but here we are. Widow Mine retargets, hits a probe, no armory, so we'll be taken out, and also there's a robo anyways. Alright, oh, gonna try to get out. Could you, like, ByuN. What am I? They'll never catch me alive! Well, that's the intent. He's microing so hard on Widow Mines that are 100% going to die. Well, and now we have 4 not Blink, but also kind of Blink Stalkers. Wish he repaired some of that. ByuN? He's not gonna siege the tank, right? Way too vulnerable. MaxPax doesn't just win the game. Right? Maybe. What else? There's a Raven headed out. Would've been nice to have that one at home. Well, here's the Raven. He could kill the Observer, which would be nice. He doesn't retire. He targets the probes. More Stalkers warped in. Surprising amount of probes killed to an auto turret he knew was coming. Well, the Stalkers on the bunker, that is too late on the repair. ByuN, well, actually, MaxPax goes straight for the SCVs. These guys, MaxPax does not have a third, once again. So, despite doing this damage, he doesn't have the huge economic lead to fall back on. He is leaning into this. Just now starting the third. Which means ByuN, despite losing these SCVs, is only a handful behind. Which, with mules, there's 4 like, at some point, 4 Stalker... Yeah, this is about the point where 4 Stalkers stop being a deadly attack force. Well, 2 Stalkers are a significantly less deadly attack force as well. Nice, MaxPax. Nice. Both players refusing to leave when asked firmly but politely to do so. So the suggestion becomes more and more vigorous. Well, no! No! You leave! And here we are. Now they have real blink, as they call it. He blunks in. Some Marauders. Medevacs coming out. Those are going to be very important here. Okay, so we're about even. There's nothing in the bunker. +1 is done, which is quite an important upgrade against Stalkers. So somehow, we've come out about even. And then ByuN picks up, I'm pretty sure the Observer saw that. ByuN. Oh, sweet baby Terran Jesus. Well, does he just lose the game? He didn't lose both the medevacs. Like, just when you think ByuN's about to even things up, he manages to lose another medevac full of units. Like, just walk out! Just walk! You have legs! Well, they're just stalkers. The Observer in the most obvious possible spot. Marauders slamming the point home. The Raven's still in this awkward position, pinned back. He's trying to target the probes. Gets another one. You know there's an Observer there. He knows. He has a 3rd command center, technically. MaxPax has not built that many probes either. He's at 60 probes. He's getting 5 more gates now. He's adding probes. No, that's a spotter pilot. He loves the spotters. I mean, I'm a big fan of them as well. I think they're a strong choice. The same amount of think about it. A pylon is the same amount of resources as an Observer. Observer 2575. Don't have to spend rowboat time. Doesn't cost any gas. Gives supply. As opposed to takes it away. What's not to love? Takes no micro. MaxPax, once again, without nearly enough army, is going to come in. Meanwhile, 3 charge lots in the main. How did they... I assume there was a prism. Did he lose the prism? Yeah? Like, how else did they get in there? They jumped really far. Oh, God. This Observer still watching everything ByuN is doing. I am really surprised. Like, how did he see your medevac, ByuN? Kind of important. This is not enough army. Oh, he's just throwing a disruptor in the mix. Let's get crazy. Which is most of MaxPax's game plan. ByuN somewhat as well. Just, let's get wild tonight. Just simmer down. What is wrong with you? ByuN, you are 27 years old. Okay? Stop pretending you are a child. MaxPax, alright. Like, you are both 17 and a dog. You can do whatever you want. ByuN picks up. Well, here we are. ByuN now has 30 supply in Purgatory. MaxPax has most of his on the other side. He's gonna... Yep, those are pylons. Is there energy for a recall? Not quite. He has it now. He recalls. I don't know about that call. ByuN, just get out! Get out! Oh my god. He loses another medevac. He can't help it. He can't help but give it a shot. He veers by and regrets his decision immediately. Where did the Raven go? There's still a Raven somewhere. Where is it? Oh, he got home. Wait, did he lose one? He didn't lose it. That's the other Raven. Cross-country trip. Finally came home after its pilgrimage. Just flew back. So, this game not as hectic as the previous one, but the tension. You could cut it with a knife, and you could definitely cut it with a disruptor. Because disruptors are like a big, circular, explodey knife. So really not so much a knife at all. Raven with the army, but the MaxPax, if he hits everything and he's in the right spot, could devastate ByuN. But if he misses anything, he doesn't have a recall, and this army is quite bare bones. ByuN looking for the flank. He needs to take as many angles as possible. MaxPax holding his ground. There is a planetary. That is a very brave ghost with a huge EMP. ByuN looks like he's just gonna rely on the tanks here. Hallucinated Archon is probably a misclick. There's still 2 medevacs. ByuN has like 50 supply trickling across the map. Gotta be careful with that thing. Ghost sliced and diced. This base, there is no recall. MaxPax scrambles back. Battery taken out. A few units zoning. So, he drops in the 3rd. 1 medevac taken out. MaxPax was ready for it. The ByuN army grinding down the gateway units, but Daddy's home. Colossi stepping in. ByuN trying to... Is he gonna get the Nexus? He goes for the next. There's no anti-air! The sentries tickled him on the way out. Whatever was left. I don't... okay. Those are my thoughts on the matter. Well, I mean, I keep thinking, like, am I really gonna cast ByuN versus MaxPax again? It can't be 1/3 of the games I cast. It should be 100% at this stage. That's my thought process. 2 more command centers right up at the front. ByuN with everyone with army on either side. Oh, you're cut. There's only so much map. Oh, the ghosts! The ghost with the command centers, the anti-armor missile, Dorito dusting. Does he have a recall? Yes. Does he want to recall? Much more of a question. Planetary, not repaired, now repaired, too late. Disruptor shot, SCV's vulnerable. ByuN now or never. ByuN now or never. His SCVs are about to get slaughtered. Disruptors from the back, zoning Ruptor. Splits, not great. Another split, better. Another, no. He took too long bringing it together. 33 SCVs died. ByuN then attacked, but the base is already gone. The objective was accomplished, and then the army falls on it. A bit of an unceremonious end to a dramatic series, but MaxPax powers through. 69 probes left, and a nice execution. ByuN, it feels like he spent too much time in limbo there. Did he want to attack? Did he want to defend? There was no decisive action until the planetary had already fallen. And this is a matchup for decisive action. Well, another dramatic exchange between 2 of the most dramatic players. So, can't be surprised, but can enjoy. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that. Videos, whatever. You can probably find 15 more of this series on this channel. So, do so. Thank you for watching. Hope I made your day a little bit better. Good luck, have fun, stay chill. I said angrily. Or else.